what would have happened to me and my husband during the coronavirus and so many other times in our lives. It was crazy. I wasn't working. Coronavirus hit. I used to go out and clean people's houses just to get a little bit of money to help my husband for like things like food. And when the coronavirus hit, I couldn't go clean anymore because people were just dying. People were just dying. And everywhere, it was just getting so scary. Whew. So we had to find a way to survive, my people. So we went to our bishop. Like I told you, it depends on the bishop. But this bishop, I'm telling you, he helped us. And at first, we didn't want to go to the bishop. We didn't want to. So we were home. And we never had any food. We never had anything. And Jeanette, if you've been following me, you will know who Jeanette is. If you haven't been following me, I'm on Facebook. Look for Linda Samuel. I'm the girl with the beautiful hair tie on her head, African hair tie. I'm on YouTube. I'm the girl with the baby on her shoulder, the young baby right here. Look for Linda Samuel without the S. You will be able to follow my story. Once you get to following me, then you will know what I'm talking about. Who Jeanette is. Jeanette, we were that day, we were out of food. We were hungry. We had to pay rent. My son was deported, and we had to support him from here. And all that thing, we had to do it from one paycheck. And it was not funny. It was not funny, guys. It was so hard. We never had any money. And I don't know, out of the blue, Gina texted me how we were doing. She asked, how you guys doing? And I told her, we are struggling. We don't have food. We don't have nothing. We're about to starve. That time they haven't started the food banks and things because of the coronavirus. It had everybody indoors. You have to stay indoors because if you're in America, you know what I'm talking about. We were indoor, and Gina just called me out of the blue, and she asked me how we were doing, and I explained to her how we were doing. And she said, Linda, how do I look? She said, Linda, please let me help you. All right? Let me help you. And I was like, no, you already help us enough. You can't just keep helping us all the time. We have problems. We have to do it ourselves. And she said, look, let me help you. I'm going to help you. I look good. I think I look good. I still don't feel pretty. I like bold makeup, lipstick. Something like when I enter the room, everybody sees me. That's me. Gina went online. During that time, they were doing, you can go online and shop to the store. But we already have it now. You go online, you shop, and you can have the people deliver it and leave it on your door. That's what Gina did. Can you imagine? She's in Indiana, if I'm not mistaken. And she went online and shopped. I think Gina, she got everything that we needed. Everything. Food or whatever. And it was here in 24 hours. It was delivered. We had so much food that could last us a month. And we still needed to pay our rent. We still needed to pay our car insurance, health insurance, utilities, and all that. We still needed to do that. And even though we had enough food. So Gina went again and told her parents again, that girl, Jeanette, I love you, girl. I love you. I pray for you that everything, anything you want in life, you will see it. You will see it. Remember, God, He is slow but sure. Remember that, girl. You will get it. Don't worry. It's coming. It might be a little bit longer, but it's coming. Wait for it. And when it comes, girl, it will be big. And you will be like, oh my gosh. All right? Because I'm praying for you. I never stopped praying for you. Because I love you. Gina told her parents again, one more time again, as always. And Emma, once she hear Linda and Johnny, forget it. It's over. She would do anything to help. And that's what Emma did. Emma said, what can I do? Emma used to send us money for food, money for rent, money for utilities bill, money to pay a car insurance. I mean, Emma did everything for us. And that's how we were surviving the whole 2 years of coronavirus. It was Emma and Larry and Jeanette. My prescription, for those of you who have been following me, I have diabetes. And my prescription, all my medication, I have diabetes, I have sleep anesthesia. I don't even know what that is, but I have to use a machine at night to sleep, because when I'm sleeping at night, my breath, I stop breathing. And so I use that machine at night so that it will help me continue to breathe, so I don't stop breathing. And so I use that machine. It has to be paid for. It's not free. Yeah. And I also take medication for other stuff. I used to take and I'm still taking medication for other stuff. My cholesterol was very high, so I have to take medication for that. And I was kind of depressed. I'm still on that medication. I have to take medication for that too, for depression. And I was really depressed. I thought of dying. That's how bad it was. And guys, I am so grateful for my husband. He's the man that God sent directly for me. I don't know, if he was not in my life, How? But God knew. He said, look, Linda, even though this guy is poor and doesn't have anything, but he will give you, he will be one of the reasons that you survive. And when I look back, yes. Everybody should have a husband like my husband. He is the best, if you ask me. Yeah. So I thought of dying, especially when my son was deported to Africa. I thought there is nothing more to live for. Because that boy and I, we survived wars. When he was in my tummy, we almost died. He and I. When I gave birth to him, we had to run again. Surviving wars upon wars. That boy. And he is piece of me. And I thought, without him being here around me, there's no need to live. There's no need to live. I'm telling you now because I have overcome it. But then it was serious. I wanted to die. I wanted to die so much. I did not think that life is anything worth living for anymore. That's how I wanted to just die. And it was bad. It was not good. But my husband, like I said, guys. Now, let me see. I think I look good, right? I don't need much. I'm getting old. I'm 45. And you know, I think I'm okay. My husband, he was by my side. And always by my side. He would talk to me. He would counsel me. He would pray with me. He would hold me and say, look, you can't do this to yourself. There's a reason why all this thing is happening to us. We have to be strong. We have Joaquin to look after, our youngest son. You have your mom back home that's depending on you, only you. She doesn't have anybody. If you don't send her money for food, she would die from hunger. That's how she's depending on you. And then you have Georgian who was deported. You need to be there for him. This is the time you need to be strong for your son and not kill yourself over this. My husband, he was there. He was there. And when I look back, I ask God to forgive me. I never thought of dying before in my life. Even when I went through the war in my country for those 14 years. When I was 14 years old, I went through the war in my country for 14 years. And I was strong. I was confident. I had courage. I know that I was going to survive the war. I was a fighter. I fought. Now we've gone now. I never bear arms in my life. I'm afraid of guns. And I don't even like to call that word, mention that word. Even at my work, we have this gun that we use to put the dates on. I changed the name to Jojo. Everybody at work called that Jojo. We don't say gun because I don't like to call the word gun because I know it's not a good thing. When someone point that finger at you, your whole spirit leave you before they even shoot you. It's a horrible thing. So my husband talked to me every day. I would go to bed at night crying. My pillows would be wet. And just talking about it right now, I feel like I'm gonna cry, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm not doing that. But it was bad. It was bad. I was not talking. I was just so quiet, and I'm a definite quiet person. And when a quiet person is not talking, that's bad. I wasn't talking to my husband. He and I would just sit in the room for hours, and I would just be like out of this world. Just my mind would just be somewhere else. And the only thing that was in my mind were all negative, 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 negative. I wasn't thinking anything positive. I wanted to, I mean, you want to die. What positive thinking you think about? You're thinking about how you should die. you know? So I got on all these medication and it got really, really, really pricey. And my medication with the insurance I had at that time, my husband's insurance, it wasn't good. It was like $350 I had to pay every month to keep me going for my medications. And it wasn't there. But Jeanette volunteered to pay for my medication every month. Jeanette paid for my medication, including food. And when Christmas was coming, she bought blankets. I have it on my bed right now, if you can see. That blanket on my bed, that red, comfortable blanket you see right there. That was Jeanette. She got that. And we thought, you know what? Emma told us, you guys go talk to your bishop. And we talked to our bishop, and he helped us to pay our rent for a few months. And then after that, like I said, the church help you, but not forever. You have to be able to help yourself after a while, because there are a lot of people coming to the church, the members and even other people that are outside that the church have to help. And I mean, they have budget, that's given to the bishop to help people, and he have to manage that budget, and he can't be helping you, and then it's just you. So he has to spread the love out to others too, and so he couldn't just help us all alone. And so we decided, you know what? We talked to Emma, and Emma started to help us too. Emma started to help us with rent and send us money for food all the time. And the coronavirus did not get any of my family, not one of us. My youngest son, my husband, and even my older son that's in Africa right now. At that time, he was in Africa, and he is. It did not get any of us. God protected us. We did everything that we're supposed to do to keep us safe, and we just left the rest with God. And we were okay. And then when they started to bring the vaccine, we were one of those first people that went and took the vaccine. For me, because I have health issues, I had to take the vaccine. And I think I took my fourth booster shot 3 months ago. Yeah, I think 3 or 2 months ago. So I'm okay for now, and I will be taking it as long as I'm allowed to take it. And my family and I, we were safe. And then after everything quieted down a little, I started to look for a job. I got what's it called, my work permit renewed again, and started to look for a job. And while I was looking for a job, I started to work on my that during that time Donald Trump was president, and he allowed us to get our green card. Like if you've been in the country from a certain time to this time, he allows you to get your green card. And I'm grateful for that, for what he did. Because of that, today, because of what Donald Trump did today, my family and I, my husband and I, we were able to get our green card instead of, you know, applying from applying every, because we used to apply every 2 years, which was very expensive. It's not cheap though, my people. It's not cheap. We had to apply every 2 years to renew our work permit, and it was so hard. And but with the green card, we were giving 10 years and option to become citizens. And when that came up, it was during the coronavirus time, and we did not have money to do that. We couldn't afford to do that. And we started, for me personally, I was like, we have to get this thing, because this is the last opportunity we get to be really settled in this country. Instead of applying for work permit every 2 years, that work permit does not allow you to travel. You have to stay in the country, no traveling. And that's why we haven't been able to travel, because we were on work permit. You can't travel. And we've been here for me, I've been here for 20 years, with no way to go. And so even if we had a way to go, where were we going to get the money from? We never even had money. I wasn't working. My husband was working. Look, I will tell you that in another video. If you want to know more, comment, and I will explain in another video. But let's just stick to the coronavirus time. But the coronavirus time, that's how we were able to get our green card, through the President Donald Trump. Thank you, Donald Trump. We appreciate that. Yeah, we weren't able to get our green card under any president. Okay. The other time we got something they call DACA. You can't travel to. It was just for only 4 years, and then you have to renew it. It was just, yeah. So, but we're grateful that Donald Trump allowed us to get our green card. But during that time, my passport expired. All my documents expire. And to get your green card, you have to have at least one ID, either passport or your work permit or your state ID or visa, something like that was current. And that was the only way. Even if you had a driver license, they would use that, something current. And I didn't have anything. I never had a driver lesson in my life. Since from my country here, I never had a driver lesson in my life. I had a driving permit, but not driver license. It was all expired. So I sent in my document, and then they told me that, oh, you need something current. You need to send in your passport. When I sent in all my document, I did my application. They say you need to send. It was like $1,200 for that application, and then they say you have to go and now before let's just go back up. We did not have that money between my husband and I. And so Jeanette again. Oh, Jeanette, what would I do without you, girl? Mwah. That's a kiss from me to you. Jeanette again and her parents sent us that money to apply for our green card. My husband and I, we went ahead and we applied for our green card. They sent us that money to apply for our green card, while at the same time they were sending us money for food and rent and medical, especially for me, prescription. They were doing all that. And they had their own family too to take care of, but they were taking care of us. Can you believe that? How God can work miracles through people? At a time where you think that everything is over, God sent his angels. And so when they sent me that letter from the immigration that if I don't get my passport to them, they were going to deny my application, I was even more depressed. I was like, I'm done. It's over. Let me just take me back to Africa, okay? This is too much. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done. And my husband again talked to me and encouraged me to keep moving on. He kept holding on to my hand. Guys, my husband, he's a lifesaver. And my husband got his you are waiting for his driver license because his driver license expired. And so he was waiting for his driver license. And in that time, his driver license came, and we to drive we couldn't go by plane because I never had an ID, a current ID to fly. So the driver license allowed us to travel by road to go to Washington, DC, to be where our country embassy is to get our passport. And that trip was sponsored by Jeanette and her family. And then we had another friend too. Her name is Lisa. Lisa also helped too with that trip. And then another friend by the name of Pat, she also helped with that trip. Lisa used to be in our, she's a member of the church, and she used to live in our ward, but they moved out. Pat, she used to be my visiting teacher, and she stayed here, but she's not my visiting teacher anymore. They helped. That trip was one of the expensive trips we ever went on because we were going by road. We needed food, we needed gas, we needed money for hotel, and we also needed money for the passport. That trip was close to $5,000 trip. And that $5,000, we did not spend a penny of our own. It was Emma, Jeanette, and those two friends that I mentioned. They helped us with that trip. And when we went to got our interview done, and they had to expedite the passport because I had like only 2 weeks to send in our passport. And by the time we went and came, I had only 1 week left. And to expedite the passport, you have to pay double. If you're paying $400, you have to pay $800 because it goes to Liberia, and then from Liberia it comes back, and then they send it to you. So that was like $1,600 for my husband and I. And you will not believe it. That's what I told you. If you are following all my videos, you will know what I'm saying. I am a walking miracle. My husband and I came home from a trip. We spent a week on the road and we came home. When my husband came, we went to check on the website for immigration, the concerning what we were doing, our application. They had pushed the deadline back 3 months. Hallelujah, anyhow. I never let my trouble let me down. Whatever problem I go with you, with my hands are singing. Hallelujah, anyhow. Hallelujah, anyhow. Hallelujah, anyhow. I never let my trouble let me down. Whatever problem my world will bring, I hold my hands are singing. Hallelujah. Guys, you make me to sing. Well, I love to sing. Let me know if you want me to sing more for you guys. Oh my gosh. The deadline was pushed back 90 days. 90 days. I had only 1 week, but it was pushed back 90 days. Due to the coronavirus, it was pushed back 90 days. And so we had 90 days. I had 90 days. God made it possible. God made the impossible possible. Possible things are happening everywhere. And so that was not a problem because we had enough time now.